The number one tool that we're going to be looking out for burst is the back air from Yoshi. It is slightly disjointed, making it very difficult for Puff to approach, and it kills obscenely early against Puff. So let's see how Hungrybox consistently breaks zone and pressures here, because this is going to be a good match.
Yeah, and it's Yoshi's out of shield. I feel like he kind of has like a limited gas mileage there with the narrow. Okay, no, it's Puff, by the way.
True.
Oh no, but it's
already
not.
used the majority of the jumps. Already used the majority of the jumps.
Xbox has been doing this for 20 years. Maybe not. Okay,
Attempt
that's a
the
huge
attempt.
punish. Okay, 29%. That's probably okay. 29% is basically a fully charged smash attack.
True. I wanted to see the down air. Yoshi can just down air do like 34. So
true. But you know what? Don't mess around with Hbox STI. I know it's not, I know this is not melee, but just like
true.
Don't get cute.
All right. That's fair.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Mashing out of there, which you have to do, but Yoshi has all the initiative in that situation.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, like, that's just one of those small factors that plays into the fact of how terrible this matchup is to Puff. Set up perfectly for an up smash there, just so floaty, like, what are you gonna do out of there to avoid that? Air dodge? Then you're caught up for a landing mix-up because you're so floaty. It's just a very tough scenario for Puff. Hbox kind of trying to make this back, has at least 99.9% of a comeback here, but just not quite getting the stock yet. It's gonna be hard pressed.
Yeah, and okay, and you see just the fundamentals, and one of the things is that like any other player in this situation might say like, okay, I'm down 3 stocks to 1 in a terrible matchup, one of the worst matchups for my character. I'm not going to expend the mental energy to even try and make this game close. But Hungrybox, like, maybe has more mental stamina than anybody in the history of this game.
Yeah, honestly.
That's like, he can play all out, like, every game of this set. Sure, whatever. I mean, like, he's never... The thing about playing Hungrybox is that he's never, ever going to take a second of the game off. Like, you're never gonna get anything for free against Hungrybox.
Exactly.
As good as that game looked for Burst, he had to work really damn hard for that.
And yeah, I mean, you got to see a lot of the small and large factors that play into the fact that Yoshi kind of obliterates Puff. It's a very sad matchup. As
Puff did get it. I mean, let's not mince words. Puff did in fact get obliterated in that first game.
Yes, Hbox did end up getting a stock with a good dash attack, but you have to call out Yoshi about 14 times more than he has to call you out in this matchup. It's hard. It's very, very hard.
And the weight has to be such a big factor as well. Because like Yoshi, yes, very floaty, high air mobility, similar to Puff, but the fact that, I mean, Yoshi weighs almost twice as much as Puff. Like,
yeah, Yoshi in the upper 100s, as far as I know.
Floaty Captain Falcon. It's floaty Captain Falcon. That's what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So, and like, you think it's hard to kill, you think it's hard to kill other characters. Like Yoshi is that character. It's so frustrating to try and kill. And you saw right there. If the rests are not connecting, then like, it's so hard for Jigglypuff to hang on to stocks long enough to get Yoshi to kill percent.
Yeah, and the wild thing is, because Yoshi is so floaty, because his airspeed is so high, it's even more difficult to get those. Like, against Captain Falcon, you can get fair rest easy. Against Yoshi, it's suddenly like, fair rest is hard. Hbox missed it. Like, that's a tough conversion on Yoshi, especially with the space he controls.
True, yeah.
Now,
and also just like, and one thing that, I mean, Jigglypuff has been dealing with this in every Super Smash Bros. Game, but like, every single percent matters so much more when you're playing Jigglypuff. And so even seemingly little things like hitting a move on Yoshi's shield and eating a nair for it, that percent like when you think about the average kill, like the average percents that Jigglypuff dies at versus Yoshi dies at, it's like playing like a Yoshi. If you were playing Yoshi, it'd be like playing Yoshi with like a 1.4% like damage taken modifier or something like that.
Yeah, really. It honestly feels
it's like playing with Buster art on, but only for your opponent.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like that's what it's like to play Jigglypuff.
It really is. Like Puff, like those smaller weight numbers. You think, okay, Puff's maybe like third, second lightest character in the game. It's like, all right, maybe it's not that bad, but the difference between like Puff and Fox is actually like fairly significant, believe it or not. Like, it feel very, very lopsided in terms of how light Puff is.
And the floatiness as well is also like a pretty huge factor in terms of vertical survivability. Oh, here we are. We're seeing the new stage. You want to fill me on what this stage is called? Because again, I don't know.
I think it's. I genuinely don't know either.
Okay,
I think
well,
it's
let me hit
something
up
like Northern
let me hit up
Cavern.
SSB Wiki real quick.
It's like Northern or Southern Cavern. It's some direction and then like a cave. It's a really boring name for a really like cool stage geometrically.
Yeah, I'm having a great time watching this background. I'm gonna get very distracted.
I mean, I've been playing on it enough that whatever's going on in there doesn't faze me anymore. We've just got a pretty tight neutral so far. HBox has only taken 46%. Again, we see this bear coming out from Yoshi, like, that's the ultimate fencing move in this matchup. If Puff cannot navigate that Yoshi bear, it is going to be tough goings the entire match.
And I love the word that you use for it, fencing, because that's very much what it is. It's like weaving the hitboxes in and around your opponent, and when you're doing this in the air, they really kind of play it out like fencers as well, with like the attack, the advancing, and the retreating as well. It's very similar to like almost dash dancing in the air, with how easy it is to change direction for both of these characters.
Oh my gosh, yeah, see, that bear is just evil. It's evil in this matchup. If you're Puff, that is the ultimate evil. Like, that's the final boss, Yoshi back air.
Bizarro Yoshi back air.
No way.
One-winged back air.
Yeah, one-winged back air, exactly. Gosh, I love this song though. It's been in my head all day.
It's really good.
Either way, my gosh.
But you know, I do love the composure here from Hungrybox. Like knowing that, like being willing to play the game that is in front of them. Like you're not gonna win this game by going in and like making a Hail Mary play right now.
Yeah, this is ideal because HBox wants the rest, obviously. If Yoshi's at like 60,
right there. So okay,
that's the call out. That's just a decent player call out.
I don't know how old Burst is, but there's a non-zero chance that Hungrybox has been playing competitive with Super Smash Bros. Longer than Burst has been alive. So like, Burst is like in these situations where Hungrybox is content to sit back, wait for openings. Like he's just better than that. He's just better at that than you are.
Oh, again.
But you know, +3 matchup makes certain things just not matter.
Yeah, that's so hard. But HBox is still I think playing this absolutely correctly because HBox is searching for these small openings, stray damage, and then a very tough confirm. That's what he's searching for. And I think that's going to get him the most minimization of risk the entire game. And that's exactly what you want to do against Yoshi.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I have to credit Burst for here is they know exactly how long they have to stay in shield. Because with Yoshi's shield not shrinking at all, the pound shield break becomes a much scarier option. And you know that like with the rest confirms being that much harder to land, and with the Nair out of shield being such a powerful tool for Burst so far, you know that Hungrybox is looking to maybe take it, like, you know, steal a stock, wrench victory from the jaws of defeat at some point in this set, and Pound is a really powerful tool to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, the way the patient gameplay, like HBox is just waiting, just staying completely out of Yoshi's jump burst range, waiting for that opportunity. Like, maybe it was that roll into a possible rest. Maybe it's this tech chase. But, like,
Okay.
it's so hard to know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I see Puffs do that rollout all the time just to put their opponent on the platform. They're just like, alright, my opponent doesn't want to actually interact with this, I'm gonna put him on the platform.
That was that up smash was totally the right call.
Oh,
no.
yeah, that's just a hard read. That's just, that's something you kinda, sort of have to do, and we saw it work once, but the problem is, HBox was playing so patiently that there wasn't really much of a reason for